we would just never stop recording.
Never.
Just every single thing we say would be monitored.
Oh, yeah.
By the 5 people that listen.
Yeah, which is me, you.
Which is me, you.
And our duplicate accounts.
Our third co-host sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Jason.
Yeah.
Alright.
Then my second account.
Yeah.
And my third account.
Yeah. We're so popular.
Yeah. Listen to our podcast.
Yes, listen to it.
Well, I guess they would be if they heard this.
Yeah. Oh.
Welcome to the Off the Shelf podcast. My name is Josh Jones.
Oh, I am Vincent T. Pasquale.
Yeah, we're flipping the script, doing full names, baby.
I am, yeah.
What are we talking about?
Today, we're talking about the Amazing Spider-Man, Kraven's Last Hunt.
Man,
look at how awesome this cover is. This is a dope cover.
That looks like
Spider-Man.
Venom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
It's not.
Is this like the Nick at Night Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah. Kraven's Last Hunt is written by J.M.D. Mateus with art by Mike Zeck.
Isn't Kraven like a loser?
Yeah. He sucks. He's like a Russian... Oh, that we talked about him in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, where he's
a TV guy.
Yeah, and he's Australian?
Yes. Here he's a Russian hunter who's way more formidable. Cool. He's a foe.
Okay.
Like, he's an actual challenge for Spider-Man. The thing is, in this book, he's tired of failing to kill Spider-Man.
Sure.
So this is his last hunt.
Got it. Is he like, if I don't get him this time, that's it?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go, like, watch TV.
It is something like that.
Okay. This is before Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah?
Oh, yeah. This is like the 80s.
Cool.
So you might notice that...
Is this Kraven's Last Hunt?
For a while.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, for a while it is.
Okay, let's get into it.
So, like I said, this is written by J.M.D. Mateus and art by Mike Zeck. I really like Mike Zeck. I think he's very good. It's very vibrant, dynamic. I think it looks... I like the colors a lot. It
looks nice.
It is.
Yeah.
And for, like, classic, like, art in the 80s, it's very modern looking.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. So at this point in Spider-Man's history... He is married to Mary Jane. He does not...
married Mary?
Yeah.
Cool.
He does not have the symbiote. But he decides to wear a black suit because it's cooler.
Okay. This is pre-symbiote?
No. It's post. He got rid of it.
Okay.
But he misses the cool look.
But he's like, that looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
And he made it look exactly the same.
Exactly the same. And Mary Jane doesn't like it.
Is that like to trick people to think that like at any moment he might snap and eat them?
No.
That's why I would do
this
it.
This is either on like the cusp of Venom or Venom. Okay. No, Venom has emerged a little bit.
Because I would imagine if Venom's running around, he would want to dissociate from that. Being the black suit.
Mary Jane doesn't like the black costume.
Okay.
Because the first time Venom showed up, Venom like broke into their house and like scared the shit out of Mary Jane.
Yeah. Okay.
So
he just went like,
yeah, literally. He was like, literally, and then Mary Jane was like, ah! And it was drawn by Todd McFarlane, so everyone looked inhuman.
Yeah.
And Mary Jane had hair down to her ankles.
Really?
Oh, it was like a lion's mane. Cool. Speaking of lion's manes, Kraven on the back here, who is wearing a loincloth
and a literal
lion's mane on his. For a shirt.
Is that a meta reference to Mary Jane's hair?
Sure. So at this point, you could also say Spider-Man's wearing the black suit because he's like pretty emo and depressed.
Yeah. Because he's married.
Sure. Yeah. And like things aren't working out in his life.
Sure.
Like they usually don't, but here it's pretty bad. Previously, he had an adventure with Wolverine where he went to Germany and accidentally murdered this woman.
Oh.
Yeah, Spider-Man accidentally punched this woman so hard in the head she died.
Okay, why?
But she was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay.
So Spider-Man's really...
He was just ready to go.
He was gonna fight Wolverine.
She like an old lady?
No, it was like Wolverine was banging this woman. And Spider-Man was gonna punch Wolverine, but then like...
Oh, he was fighting Wolverine.
Yeah.
They weren't fighting together. Okay.
No. And he accidentally punched this woman named Charlie, and she fucking died.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so he's really upset.
Not feeling good.
Also, while he was in Germany, Ned Leeds, who is in the Tom Holland Spider-Man...
Ned?
Ned.
Yeah.
He is in this book, or not in this book, previously in that story where they went to Germany and Spider-Man murdered that woman, Ned Leeds died.
Oh.
By some Germans. Or, like, spies.
Doesn't he, in the new Spider-Man, doesn't he ask the other Peters, he's like, did all your best friends die? He's like, am I gonna die?
Well, he sure does in the comics.
They're like, I'm not saying anything, Ned, just don't do heroin.
Don't
do drugs.
Don't do drugs. Don't do anything, man. So Peter's life is really shitty.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kraven has decided that this is it. He is going to kill Spider-Man, and he has a perfect plan. So first, his plan is to get like 1 million spiders.
Okay.
Trap them in a room, and then jump into that room. Crawl into jump into the room of spiders.
Yeah.
And eat them.
Okay.
And then
yeah.
he will have a bowl. He has a bowl of venom, of spider venom, and he drinks it.
Why?
To feel like the spider. He wants to get into the head of Spider-Man, I guess, to kill him.
Does he know that Spider-Man can crawl on walls and he doesn't actually
eat
have
spiders?
venom or anything? He doesn't, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
So Kraven's like, okay, I've eaten the spider. Mm-hmm. Now I will kill him.
Okay. It's like a ritual.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
does he do that often?
Never.
He's like, I'm gonna kill the Hulk, so I better eat
eat radioactivity. Yeah. No,
I've
never.
Get into the head of the Hulk.
Yeah, I've never seen Kraven run. He literally jumps into the room of spiders and just eats them all in really up close shots, and it's horrible. And then
okay, sorry to derail. How many spiders can you eat?
Probably 0.
No?
Maybe 1, and then I cry.
What if it's really good? What if you eat 1 spider and you're like, that's the tastiest thing I've ever eaten?
Then probably 1 million. Probably Kraven. I don't know. They're small.
You think he likes them?
No. Because he drinks a bowl of their venom, I guess, and then throws up. But then again, it's venom. Yeah. You know. So Spider-Man's swinging through town.
Yeah.
And then Kraven shows up with a shotgun. And is like, Spider-Man! Time to die, you know?
Yeah.
And then he shoots Spider-Man a net. He throws a net over Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's... Shut up.
I stole that joke from Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, classic. So Spider-Man is in a net.
Yeah.
Right? And Spider-Man is trapped inside of this net.
Yes.
And Kraven's like, I've got you! And Spider-Man's like, oh no, a net. You know,
I guess he say that. That sounds like something he'd say.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's depressed and
he's depressed, and Kraven literally shoots him. And then Kraven buries him.
Oh.
In the ground.
He thinks he won?
Yeah. Oh. Kraven literally kills Spider-Man.
Okay.
Just kidding. Spider-Man's not dead.
Of course not.
He's
just the bestseller.
Yeah. So Kraven's plan is to kill Spider-Man. And we'll go step by step of his plan. He kills Spider-Man and wears his costume.
Okay.
And he makes a web shooter or something, and he will be Spider-Man, right? He's done with... It's Kraven's last hunt, because he's now Spider-Man.
I see.
Meanwhile, there's a giant rat man in the sewers.
Peter Parker.
Yes.
Okay.
He didn't take the mask off. He didn't give a shit. He just buried Spider-Man.
But he took his suit. So yeah.
Oh, he made his own suit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I have a question about web slingers then.
Yeah.
Just anyone can use them?
Anyone can make them.
You don't need no, I know it. Okay, sure, anyone can make them.
I think this is more...
But do you need super strength to use them?
Well, he's strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking you're swinging from buildings, you're probably gonna rip your arm off, right?
Probably, yeah.
or dislocate your arm.
Yeah. So there's a rat man named Vermin who is in the sewers and terrorizing the city. And Spider-Man is buried at this moment.
Yeah. And
Mary Jane is alone. And Spider-Man's buried for weeks.
Does she not know? He just disappears.
No, he disappears one day.
Okay.
And she's like, well, he's a superhero. Sometimes he disappears.
Yeah, he's probably in space.
Exactly. Getting another symbiote costume.
Great.
So he doesn't come back for weeks. And Mary Jane's like, oh my god, there's a rat man. And I have no superhero boyfriend.
She knows about the rat man?
Everyone knows. It's on the news and everything. So here's Kraven sipping the venom.
Oh, he's still doing that?
Yeah.
It's like a morning routine.
Yeah, he crawls through the house.
Eats 1 million spiders.
Yeah, he eats the spiders, he drinks the venom.
Okay.
And I guess he drinks the venom to hallucinate a giant spider monster.
Okay. That's kind of metal.
It is.
That's cool.
Oh, it's awesome, and the art is dope.
Yeah.
And so you get to see Vermin.
Yeah.
He's just like eating.
He's creepy.
He's creepy. He's really creepy. Here's the spider monster again. Kraven is just tripping
Kraven's
balls.
like out of his mind.
He is tripping.
He's out of his gourd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so Mary Jane gets mugged on the street one night because Spider-Man's not there to save her. Just kidding. Spider-Man is here, but it's Kraven. And she's like, "Oh, Peter!" And then Spider-Man murders the guys.
Okay.
And Mary Jane's like, "Oh God."
Oh, Peter.
That's not good.
Like, are you on symbiote again?
Yeah. Vermin is like kind of the B plot in this book.
Okay.
He's not super important. I mean, he kind of is.
I kind of like the idea.
It's cool. He's like, you know, the
Kraven is
lizard
like,
in Batman, scientist.
Yeah.
Or the lizard in Spider-Man, actually.
Yeah.
Not Batman. It's the same thing.
He wants to turn everyone into rats?
I think he just accidentally turns himself into a rat.
Okay.
And now he's a rat man.
Is he like trying to regrow his tail?
I don't know. But Kraven is a hunter and Spider-Man now, so he hunts the Rat Man and defeats him. I don't think he kills him, but he sure does.
But he's not like Justice. He's just like wants to fight.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Peter is in the ground.
Yeah.
And losing oxygen. I don't know how he survived.
You can't for that long.
No, but maybe
it's a shallow grave. He dug it himself.
Yeah, he's Spider-Man. He could figure it out.
Yeah.
Just stop breathing for a little bit. He does have hallucinations while he's down there, nightmares of Uncle Ben, who disintegrate, de-ages and then disintegrates.
That's spooky.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool art and scary
it's
imagery
very,
in this book.
Gothic.
It is. It is very gothic. And he has nightmares of Kraven killing him, and eventually he digs his way out of the grave. Right?
Yeah, so he still does have the suit.
He still has a suit. And
how did he dig his way out of the coffin?
That's a great question.
Just punch through?
He's strong.
Yeah.
I don't know why he waited.
He's probably knocked out.
Probably, yeah.
4 weeks he was in there?
I think so. It's been a while.
Right.
It has been a while.
That's not in his power list to breathe.
Well, it is
underground.
And he learns that Kraven is Spider-Man.
Who is he, Mole Man?
Mole Man.
I don't know his deal. I just said that.
Man, Mole Man sucks. We'll talk about him one day, I guess.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man digs himself out, which is awesome because a lot of time on covers, you see this cool cover of Spider-Man digging his way out.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't deliver with that image in the book.
It's just
where in this
get you
book,
hooked.
Exactly.
But it actually happens.
In this, it actually happens, which is very cool. So Peter's first thing after he gets out of the grave, he notices that Kraven's running around. He hears that there's a murderous Spider-Man, and he immediately goes to Mary Jane and is like, "I'm so sorry, I was murdered. Well, I was kidnapped by Kraven."
Yeah. Close.
And I was almost murdered. And she's like, "Oh, thank goodness it wasn't you who murdered 3 muggers the other night." And Kraven's like, or Spider-Man's like, "Ooh," and goes to find Kraven, who is also in the black suit.
Yes.
And they fight. That's it. Spider-Man sees that Kraven kidnapped Vermin, and I guess it's just torturing him.
Oh, he didn't kill Vermin?
He did not.
Why not? Just because?
I guess.
Like a trophy?
Yeah, sure. Kraven does have trophies, usually of stuffed dead things.
He's like a poacher?
Yeah, sure.
He's gonna stuff Vermin?
I guess he is, yeah. And Spider-Man, eventually Kraven's like, I'm not Spider-Man. I'm not. So he gets back into the Kraven uniform, and it's just classic Spidey versus Kraven, which is very cool. Kraven is, I guess he's a little more superhuman than just a guy. Sometimes he can turn into an animal man. Here he is just a guy who, I guess, the spider venom, or whatever he's taking, maybe he's on drugs or something, he's enhanced. During the fight, Vermin escapes, and Kraven's like, "Ah!" And then Spider-Man defeats Kraven.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
And...
Wait, okay. So Spider-Man's underground for 4 weeks, right? You said?
Oh, yeah.
That would definitely have... Just laying still underground would have some serious damage to your strength and your bones.
Oh, yeah.
Some real atrophy would take place.
Yeah.
But he just comes out and he's fine.
He's completely fine.
Did he drink some milk?
Sure. He came home. He was like, "Mary Jane, I need the milk."
He came home. He ate 1,000,000 spiders.
Yeah. He had drank some venom. Yeah, he went through the same process.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man defeats Kraven, and Kraven's like, "I have failed.
Yeah.
This was my last hunt. I was supposed to win."
Does he say that?
Well, he's like, "I will never hunt again." And Spider-Man's like, bitch. Okay, like I'll
I
be.
don't care.
There's a
Yeah,
rat man
yeah.
on the loose. I need to take care of that, and then I'm gonna come back and bring you to jail. I guess.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna one punch man, just like blow you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man goes to defeat Vermin and everything. But the big thing about this book is after Kraven is defeated,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, he's in a mansion, and Kraven has like a family of hunters, and they're all rich Russian hunters or whatever. Kraven's in his mansion, and he's like, I have failed.
Oh, they're all hunters?
They're all hunters.
Okay.
But he's like alone in the mansion. He has some like bodyguards or something. And he's looking at pictures of like his mom and dad, and he's in this tuxedo, right? And he's like, I have failed. And then
never seen him in a tuxedo.
never. And then you see an open coffin with a shotgun inside,
Oh.
and Kraven grabs the shotgun and shoots himself in the head.
Oh wow.
And then is buried by his like henchmen in a tomb that says Kraven the Hunter. So
That's pretty
Kraven,
dark.
it is pretty metal.
Yeah, for Spider-Man especially.
I know. And then Spider-Man fights Vermin in the sewers. And then, learns Kraven died.
Is he like happy? Or he's just indifferent?
Well, he's like, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't want him to kill
He's
himself.
like, no one deserves to
That's
die.
a little dramatic.
If he's out of my hair, like...
Yeah. Exactly.
Don't lick the gift horse in the mouth,
And then, the book ends with them burying Kraven, and he has, his usual cheetah or leopard print, whatever, on his coffin. And then they bury him, and Kraven will stay dead for a very long time. I think there's this story called, I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of a sequel to this where Kraven is dead, but Spider-Man's haunted by the idea that Kraven has died. Kraven had a wife or something named Calypso.
Okay.
Who wants revenge on Spider-Man.
Why? He killed himself.
Well, she doesn't care.
Okay.
She poisons the lizard or brainwashes the lizard, so the lizard goes bananas.
He's already kind of...
Well, yeah. At the time, the lizard was reformed.
Okay.
So Spider-Man's like, Dr. Connors, why are you being evil? And then he's like, Spider-Man, I'm being
I'm a big lizard.
Yeah.
That's how every villain sounds.
Exactly. And that is also Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane does a lot of Spider-Man stuff.
Huh.
We should talk about that eventually. He
So,
does
okay.
all the Venom stuff.
So, you said that Kraven stays dead for a long time, but then he eventually does come back?
Mm-hmm.
How does he come back? Is it like a reboot, or it's what?
I think he's resurrected by his family.
How?
I don't know.
Magic?
Sure.
I mean, there is magic in the Marvel
I think it is
universe.
a combination of magic or something.
Sure.
There's a book called Grim Hunt, which has his family hunting down all the other Spider-Man characters like Spider-Girl and Spider-Woman and the clones. We'll talk about that
so
one day.
Spider-Girl and Spider-Woman, who are they?
Oh,
His daughter?
No.
Mary Jane?
No.
Just other
Random
people?
characters who have spider-like abilities.
How did they get those?
Well, there's Jessica Drew.
They ate 10 million spiders.
Yeah. Jessica Drew, she doesn't really have spider powers. She just calls herself Spider-Woman.
Okay.
I think she can crawl on walls and I guess shoot webs, but she...
I feel like I've seen, I had a poster of superheroes, whatever.
Yeah.
Can she fly?
Yeah.
And shoot lasers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Green lasers. She's actually very cool.
So why is she Spider?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of spider
They just
characters.
if you put Spider-Man or something related to it, it sells. Is that
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah. I like Jessica Drew. I think she's cool.
Cool.
We'll talk about her eventually when things come up. I don't have a Jessica Drew book, but she's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
She's in Secret Invasion, which we'll talk about eventually, because Marvel's doing a Secret Invasion show, so we'll talk about it then.
Are they?
Yep.
With Mr. Tom Holland?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not Spider-Man related.
Oh, it's not?
No,
I
it's
thought
like
it was.
Skrulls and aliens. And
Oh,
it's like a
okay.
big Avengers crossover.
Okay.
I don't know what they're gonna do for the show, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But Kraven's Last Hunt.
Marvel shows are so good.
Yeah.
I love all of them.
Yeah, they're a mixed bag.
Yeah. Meaning there's one good one.
Yeah.
And it was not made by Disney.
Yeah, Daredevil.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that's back on.
I know.
It's on Disney now.
Yeah.
So I can rewatch it again.
I can't wait for them to mess it up.
Oh yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
But Kraven's Last Hunt. I really like this story. This is a Kevin Levin out of Ben 10.
Hell yeah.
It is cool. It's dark. The art is awesome. I definitely recommend reading it. If you like seeing Russian men murder themselves after they fail. Which, like, he totally committed to it. You know, he was like, this is my last hunt.
Yeah, man.
I am going to kill myself if I can't do it.
He's very set in his ways.
He is. There's no change in Kraven.
No.
But he's back.
That's what you want in a villain, though, you know?
Yeah. He's very into his shtick of hunting.
Yeah.
So he hunts himself.
I guess.
Yeah. But, you know, there's a lot of, like, at this time, there were a lot of darker Spider-Man stories. Like, the death of Jean DeWolf is another one that we'll definitely talk about eventually. Daredevil's in that one. I think that's, like, the first time Daredevil and Spider-Man meet, or around that time. It's very cool.
And he catches a brick through a window.
No, they fight.
What, do you smell the brick coming?
Yeah. Spider-Man beats up Daredevil and ties him up in a tree.
Really?
Yep.
He can do that?
Yeah.
I feel like Daredevil could
I mean, he puts up a fight.
Okay.
But that story's really dark and crazy. We'll talk about that one day. It has a lot of murder in it. This guy named the Sin Eater.
Sin Eater?
He's like, you have sinned, and then he just murders you with a sawed-off shotgun.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not, like, cool? He uses a gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy?
Yeah.
Man, you can't have a name like Sin Eater and not, like, take people's souls or anything.
Okay. We'll talk about it. It's something like that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Alright, that's fine then.
I'll just talk about it right now. The Sin Eater, like,
got time.
the Sin Eater, he, like, kills you. Like, he kills a person with sin, and then, like, those person's sins are on him. So he takes them to the grave with him. And it's some, like, ritual of a certain culture.
He's, like, anti-Jesus?
Sure.
Okay.
The Sin Eater. Yeah.
Wait, so he kills them to take their sin?
Yeah.
But, like, canonically, and I'm speaking, like, Bible canon, the original canon.
What all
like,
these stories
isn't
come from.
death the compensation for sin? Like, that's the ultimate price for sin is death.
I guess.
So, like, why would he need to take their sin after that? Can he, like, see their sins, like, above their heads or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
He just does it. It's some religious
He's just
culture.
like a guy.
Yeah.
He's just like a crazy man.
Yeah, like some tribe or something does this ritual.
Okay, so it's not like Christian sin.
No.
Okay.
It's some, like, something. We'll talk about it more in depth. It's a cool story. It's ridiculous.
Alright.
It kind of has something to do with Venom.
Has Spider-Man ever sinned?
Oh, yeah. He murdered a woman. I just told you. He murdered Charlie.
Yeah, okay.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Wolverine,
He lies to us.
he thinks Wolverine's sneaking up on him. And he's like, Spider Sense, wham! And it's this woman. And she's like, ah! So then Wolverine's like, bruh, that was my girl. Like, now I'm gonna kill you. And
Why were
they
they fighting in the first place?
Because it was some spy espionage shit.
Okay.
It's not important right now. But yeah, Spider-Man murders a woman. He kind of gets Ned Leeds murdered also by spies. I think they think he's Spider-Man. Or no, they think he's a spy. I don't know. We'll talk about it eventually. But
Is Ned cool in the comics?
no.
I mean, like, a good character.
He's just like a reporter.
Okay.
He's like a journalist.
He's not like an in-depth
They do
character.
think he's the Hobgoblin. You know the Hobgoblin?
Isn't... I thought the Hobgoblin was when... In Ultimate Spider-Man, when the Goblin was an actual goblin.
That there is an
That's
ultimate
just the
Hobgoblin.
goblin. Oh, okay.
But
So
the
what
normal
is the
Hobgoblin is like a guy, like a... We'll talk about it.
Okay.
The Hobgoblin is like... I have an omnibus for the Hobgoblin, that whole series. It is huge. It is a big story.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just like Green Goblin impersonator or what?
Sure.
Okay.
But there's a lot more with that story. But they think Ned Leeds is the Hobgoblin for a little bit.
Is he?
No, he's not, because then he gets murdered and the Hobgoblin's still around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe there's multiple Hobgoblins.
Hobgoblins. Yeah.
Hobgoblin is a fun word to say.
It is
over
Hobgoblin.
and
I
over.
really like Hobgoblin. He's cool. Spider-Man has cool villains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're fun.
like Vermin.
You're a rat now. I like how some of his villains are just like guys who became animals.
Yeah. There's man, my favorite Spider-Man run by that I always tell you about when he's a school teacher and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of talk about that and how a lot of Spider-Man's villains are like
Animal based.
animal-based.
Yeah. Is that because he's spider based?
Kind of like
Based.
yeah. We'll talk. There's a lot of
based.
Spider-Mans to cover. We're not gonna cram it all into this episode.
Okay. So is Spider-Man like your favorite hero? Because you talk about him a lot.
I know.
And I know you love Batman.
It's one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. If I could name my favorite heroes off the top of my head right now without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Not in a specific order.
Sure.
Batman, Spider-Man, Daredevil.
Yes.
Wolverine. Maybe like Green Lantern. Green Lantern's a character that when I was young I didn't care about.
Yeah.
And then I like started reading more about him. I'm like, it's cool. I really like Green Lantern. But I like the Flash.
I was gonna say, what about the Flash?
I like the Flash a lot. Wolverine. Did I say him?
Yes.
Okay. Punisher. But
it would be
Superman.
It would be so funny to me if I asked you who your favorite hero is and you listed every single superhero
Ever.
that's ever existed.
Yeah. My favorite superhero is Howard the Duck.
Yeah. I know nothing about him.
Oh man. Yeah.
He had a movie, right?
Oh yeah.
Did he bang a real life woman?
Yes,
in
he did.
that? Okay. Is he a CGI duck or is he like a
No,
puppet?
he's a practical effect. They got a guy. They
Yeah.
got a small man.
Yes.
And they dressed him like a duck. It's horrible.
That's
it is
cool.
horrid.
It is?
That
sounds awesome.
There is a naked duck woman, and you see her boobs.
Wait, there's a duck woman?
There's a planet of them.
Shut up.
There's a duck planet.
Why?
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good point.
But Spider-Man
Isn't Howard the Duck like not omnipresent, but he's like godlike. Is he? Or he's like aware? Is he aware that he's in a comic?
He might be. I think he is. I think he becomes Galactus as Harold.
No, he does not.
He doesn't become Galactus, but he gets like cosmic power or something. I don't know. I didn't read it. Maybe
The
they
Eater
should.
of Worlds is like, yeah, I guess this
Duck
can,
man,
can
Silver
hang
Surfer,
around.
you're done.
Yeah.
You're fired. I need Duck Howard.
I need some duck power. Yeah, a little duck sauce. Yeah.
But yeah, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Batman, Superman,
Yeah.
Green Lantern, Wolverine, Punisher.
So all just the basic bitch ones then?
I guess. I like Iron Fist a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should talk about him eventually.
We should.
And I do like Robin. I like Tim Drake. Cyborg is cool.
I feel like the
Doctor
thing
Strange.
about comics is like there's good and bad for all of them.
Oh yeah.
So
no superhero has just like every run is perfect.
yeah.
You know, and even if it is to you, it's not objectively perfect to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like I think Daredevil has like mostly good runs, but that's just me. You know, I know a lot of people don't like. Ann Nocenti wrote Daredevil for a little bit. I thought it was all right. I did not like it. It is very like political, but also the devil's in it, so
Right.
you get a bit of politics and demons. Good.
That's like all of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Politics and demons.
Exactly. I like a lot of like independent, like Hellboy, right? If I sat here and I was like trying to pick my favorite comic series ever,
Yeah.
Hellboy would probably be near the top.
I think Hellboy might have a perfect run. I mean, there's only
Yes.
one.
Yeah, but it's so
technically
long.
one. Yeah.
I think Hellboy is a perfect series and perfect universe with all the spin-offs and everything.
Yeah.
Hellboy is a beautifully crafted book.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I've only read the first one, but
You would do you want to? You could take the second volume if you want to read it.
should we talk about it soon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I got a collection of Mike Mignola DC books.
That's cool.
It is. It's just books he like wrote or drew or both. Yeah.
He did that one Batman that we talked about,
Yes,
right?
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Mignola.
Mike Mignola. Yeah.
Mike Mignola. He's a good guy. I like that guy. Let's bring him on the show.
Can we talk about... I was just thinking, while you were talking, I wasn't listening. No, I wasn't.
Oh.
No, I was.
I'll leave,
But,
then. It's my house.
Can we talk about... I was just thinking about that time when you told me that you bought a book because you thought it was based off of that movie.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, this has a lot... Where's the book? It's somewhere.
If there's a better time to talk, it's just
No,
talking about Daredevil made me think.
Yeah,
about it.
no, okay, so there's this movie called The Devil's Advocate,
Yes.
which is a famous movie that a lot of people probably know,
Mm-hmm.
with Keanu Reeves
Yeah.
and Al Pacino. And it's about lawyers and the devil. So Daredevil.
Yeah.
And I knew that there was a book about it. And I wanted to read the book because I like comics, but I also like novels.
Yeah.
You know? And I thought if the movie's good, then maybe the book is better. And I end up going to a Salvation Army. And I see it, The Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
For like 20 cents. And I'm like, oh man.
It's a great place to get books.
Exactly.
Sure.
So I grab it and I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna read this.
You didn't stop to
I didn't stop to look at it. I just looked at the cover, read the words, the biggest words on the page.
Yeah.
The Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
Not even the
devil, yeah.
It's Devil's Advocate. And I bought it and I got home. And I kind of just like let it sit for a bit, and then one day I was like, let me read it.
Because you gotta be in the mood to read
Exactly.
certain
And I
books,
go to
sure.
read it, and I look, and it says Devil's Advocates. And I'm like, that's weird. And then I look at the finer print letters, like the smaller letters, and it says Best Closing Arguments in Law. And I'm like, that is weird. And I'm looking through it.
Okay, cool subtitle, I guess.
Yeah, and I look up the author on the book, like the actual book. Like I look up The Devil's Advocate, who was the author, and it's not the same one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. So I start looking through the book, and it's literally just a book about being a lawyer and the best closing arguments in law. And I'm sitting here like, oh no, I paid 20 cents. But don't start an argument with me because I will take you down. I read a little bit of it. Like sometimes
you came out so much smarter.
I know. Like sometimes I'll just sit and I'll read it. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
You read it? How much of it have you read?
Not a lot. I kind of skip through it and just read little pieces.
Because it's like
It's
not
kinda-
a story.
No,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to have though.
Yeah.
Like it just has like cases and stuff and like quotes and shit.
I love the idea of little Vinny sitting down to read a book.
This wasn't
And he
even. This
opens
was
up.
like 4 months ago.
I know. Just in my mind, you're always just little Vinny.
Vinny.
Yeah, just sitting down, ready to read this book
I
about
was so
Keanu
excited.
Reeves.
I was so excited.
You flip in and it's like
I was
chapter 1.
Chapter 1: What to do in the court of law,
Yeah.
or like how to become a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is
Like
this?
so you're going through lawyer school.
Yeah.
Ready for your bar exam?
And I'm like, what did I pick up? What is this?
This is so good. I love that.
Man,
That's
I wish
so
I had
funny.
it's somewhere in my room.
Yeah.
I have no idea where it is, but it's cool. Like it's a
Yeah.
cool looking book. If only it was the one I wanted.
Maybe someday you'll find the real.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it anymore.
No, you're done.
I'm done.
You're completely turned off to the
Here's-
actual book.
I am so done with the Devil's Advocate book and movie. The movie's really good, but over there, I bought the DVD.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you buy it after?
I bought the book, and I watched the movie, and that made me want to get the
At
book.
the same Salvation Army.
You know what's crazy? At another
No way.
Salvation Army.
No way.
Yeah, at another
That's
Salvation
awesome.
Army, I found the Devil's Advocate,
Yeah.
and I bought it. And after I figured out that the book was not the movie, I was so upset I didn't even open the plastic on the DVD. I was so angry. I was steaming with rage, dude.
You're like, I can't even watch the movie
No,
now.
it has ruined it.
That's so funny.
Maybe one day.
Yeah,
I
we should watch it.
Yeah, I think eventually I did open the plastic, so I'm open to watching it again.
Oh, you gotta like ease into it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's horrible.
it's not the movie's fault.
I
that
know,
you
I know.
didn't
It's
read
not.
The title.
It's not.
Like, the first thing I do when I pick up a book, even if I know what book it is, like, it could be Moby Dick, I'll be like, okay, I'll flip through the pages.
Listen, I didn't. Okay.
Like, you flip through, you don't, like, see the word whale anywhere. You're like, wait, maybe...
Oh, this is a book about porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moby's Dick is what it's called.
It's like Morty's dick. Man, we got it real far away from Spider-Man, but...
I forgot we even talked about
I
Spider-Man.
know. Man.
Go
Read Kraven's Last Hunt. It's a great book.
It's Kraven's Last Hunt.
Yeah, and don't read The Devil's Advocates.
Or do.
Greatest closing arguments.
Why not, man?
Yeah, you can read it. It's alright.
You should learn how to win arguments.
Yeah, should I go to lawyer school?
You should. What do they
Become
call
blind?
that? They just call it law school?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Oh, be blind?
Call it something
Become a
cool.
ninja?
Yeah, can I be your Foggy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like...
What?
I was gonna say we could get Jason or Andrew and shave their head.
Yeah.
And they could be Kingpin. Has to be Andrew. I wish Andrew would come on
Well,
the
they're
show.
not gonna get that.
I know.
Andrew knows maybe less about comics than I do.
We should get Andrew on this
Yeah.
show. He would
He would ask the best question.
He would be so funny.
I think he loves Howard the Duck, which is
He
crazy,
does!
'cause we were just
You
talking
know what?
about
There's
it.
an omnibus of Howard the Duck. I need to get it. I'll
Yeah.
just spend $100.
Yeah. Well, it's a business investment at
Exactly.
this point.
Yeah.
I mean, you're making no return on it, but
Oh, no. And...
you can write it off.
Be like, sir, we saw that you bought Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
No.
No.
This is not a business.
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
Well, you'll know how to argue your way out of your sentence.
I would.